Hey everyone. What I wanted to go over today is what I do to clean my equipment. The reason why I thought about this is I've been using my cameras quite frequently, and I just got back from the WPPI conference, and then I had a photo shoot, actually, my first photo shoot on Friday, and I was looking at my cameras and they were gross. And what I mean by gross is they got fingerprints and stuff like that on them, and that's not really a problem. But I started looking inside the lens caps, and then everything was dusty, and I really haven't cleaned them thoroughly since the holidays. What I wanted to do is go over my process as far as what I use to clean my stuff. And we'll be cleaning the Q3 43 and how that's done. I'll talk about the Deluxe 8 as well, and kind of some things that from a general maintenance standpoint I do on that camera, because the two are very different. I have the Sony over here, the same concepts, but we'll just talk about if you had a removable lens, what I would do to clean the Sony as well. But first thing you want to do is take everything apart. Now, there's two types of cleaning. One is like your just general maintenance and just wiping everything down. I use this product. Now, none of this is sponsored, but I will have links below. None of these companies pay me for anything. But this I talked about on my Leica accessory video that I did when I first got my camera. This is called Whoosh. Allegedly, and I don't know how true this is, but this is the stuff that they use in the Apple stores to wipe down their equipment and keep fingerprints off and, keep everything looking new. I've used this now for a couple of years, and I really like it. I use it to clean my big screen TVs and all that stuff. So it's very gentle. It doesn't streak. What I would not use it for personally is like glass or UV filter cleaning or lenses. You can clean the outside of your stuff. You can clean the screens. But for me, I just don't really this on that. TV screens is fine, but I wouldn't use them for your lenses. I just don't feel like it's a glass cleaner per se. The other thing that I will use is one of these blowers. It doesn't matter which one. I think Fantech makes one as well. I like these better than the cans of air. The reason being is on those cans of air, sometimes liquid comes out and it just gets everywhere, and the temperature changes and all that other stuff. I'm just not a fan unless you really need to blow something out hard. But these do a really good job, and there's different models of these. And I'll link some below. I just happen to use this one here. And then the other thing that I'll use if I need to, and we'll talk about the method here in a moment, but these little car detailing brushes are really good. So this white one here is a really soft one, almost like a makeup brush. It's just really baby soft. And then this one here is, I would call it a medium bristle type brush. And this one would be for more scrubby little stains or food or something like that that you have on your camera that you want to get off, or somewhere maybe in the grooves of certain things you want to brush out, either wet or dry. And then they make a black one as well. That's a firmer bristle brush, and I've never used that on the camera. So I would either get the tan one like this, or the really soft one is the one I use the most for camera gear. And then these things here, these are microfiber cleaning cloths. So this one here happens to be from K&F, but they just, they come in a pack of, I don't know how many, they're super cheap, but they're these little white microfiber cloths. You probably have a bunch of these laying around your house. They come with sunglasses and all this other stuff. So you've seen these, but I'll use these to use on the lenses. And then if you do have a removable lens camera, I happen to pick this up. This is a company called VSGO, and it's a full frame camera sensor cleaning kit. You don't need to worry about this for the Leicas, but for the Sony, the interesting part is when you get dust on your sensor or in your lens, you don't know it until you've already taken the pictures, and then you see crap all over your image, and then you got to try to figure out where that came from. And so let's talk about the method that we'll use first. We're going to start with least aggressive to most aggressive. The first thing, though, we want to do is, because these haven't been cleaned since the holidays, is let's go ahead and just remove all our accessories off here. So this is the helium design grip. I did a video on that. And so this just comes off. You do need a special tool for that, but it just pops off. But the reason why I want to take all the accessories off is because I live in Las Vegas, and the dust here is really not dust. It's sand, and it just gets everywhere. And then once it's in there, any kind of movement or buildup just becomes more, think of little quartz particles. So I don't see that anything's really built up on here. So that's good. But we're going to clean all these parts. So the first thing we'll do, again, from least aggressive to most aggressive, is let's also remove our filters here. Don't drop it like I just did when I caught it. And so we'll clean all through that. So first thing that we're going to do is we'll just blow things out. So let's just give everything a quick blow, and then let's also blow underneath the string. Sorry if that's loud. And then that will get some of the stuff off. Then I'll use this soft brush and just dust everything off. Now I have the JJC filter, the UV filter on the top here. I'm not going to take that off because I don't see anything in there. But we'll just make sure that everything is lightly brushed. And then what we'll do is we'll take our Whoosh. Now, there's two different kind of cloths I use. These are really plush, soft microfiber cloths. And then this one here is what Whoosh gives you, or you can get it with this, and we'll use this for more of the glass stuff. I like the lower nap for cleaning glass. So what we'll do is we'll just spray some of the Whoosh on here. Now with the Leicas on the Q3, they are weather resistant. So I wouldn't recommend spraying directly on them because there's microphone holes and things like that. But we'll start with the lens and just lightly wipe around our lens. And then we'll start working our way around the body. Now the camera doesn't seem to be too dirty. It seems to be pretty clean for the most part. And when I say clean, I mean, it's got oils and hand goobers and stuff like that on it, but there's nothing that I see of any kind of grease buildup or anything like that. So this, we will just get away with wiping everything down. We can wipe our lens with it and make sure you get the buttons. And that is, pretty much it. Now, again, I would avoid spraying directly on the camera just because you don't know, how much liquid is going into where. But if you spray on a rag like this, a very soft rag, you can wipe down everything you need to get to. Now, if you are going to spray on the camera, so let's just do this as an example. So sometimes you will get more of a food type buildup or maybe some grease. And so what I'll do is sometimes I'll take a little bit of the Whoosh and just spray it in this brush here and give it a little bit of a shake. And then you can slowly massage it in and brush out any kind of grease stains, and then just wipe that off as soon as you can. Now, if you do that, I would stay away from the door with the USB ports on it. You don't need to get anywhere near that with water or any kind of liquid. But if you want to go around the leather here, for example, again, this isn't dripping wet. It's just will give you something to brush, and you can get into some of these areas if you need to. But again, that's if you need to. But I would say this is done. Real simple. It just gets everything off. And now we're done with the actual camera. We can make sure it's dry and polished out, and make sure we get our eye cup as well. And yeah, this is done. So easy, right? And I know this video sounds pointless, but I think people forget to do this. Now, from a lens perspective, what I like to do is I use a glass cleaner. Now, I've always used invisible glass. That's been my kind of glass cleaner of choice. I've switched to this Gyeon or Gyeon, Gyeon glass cleaner. This stuff is hands down, in my opinion, the best glass cleaner you can get. First thing we want to do is, if there's not smudges on your glass, again, I would blow it off with your air blower just to make sure that there's nothing there that's going to be sharp. Again, for me, it's quartz type sand. And then if there is a smudge on there, go ahead and use your lens cleaning cloth. And if that doesn't take it out, then I would say go ahead and give it a little spray. Now, you could use this if you want. I like to use these for more kind of a drying, polishing. So we'll use this kind of a low nap one here. We'll spray a little bit of glass cleaner on here and just gently wipe your lens. This, again, a UV filter from JJC. This is that flat one. What I like about this Gyeon stuff is I cannot get it to streak at all. And so that now is absolutely perfect. So we are done with the camera. Now we can do the eye cup here over the EVF. Same thing, same process. Yeah. And that's great. Okay, so that is now done for the Q3. I'm going to take the brush that I have that Whoosh on there. I'm going to give it a little bit more of a spray, and I'm just going to go to town on your grip just to make sure there's nothing in here. This here we can be a lot more aggressive with because there's nothing on here that we can hurt. It's all CNC milled aluminum. And then what we'll do is we'll just wipe this down. Again, we're not building rocket ships here on this video, but I just wanted to go through my process, and that now is perfectly clean. So that we'll put back on. Same thing with these lens caps, is just get in there. That's where I saw all the kind of the grossness starting to happen, was underneath here. And I'm like, that's a really clear signal that I've been hard on the maintenance front. So that now is done, and we'll do the same thing. This is the Freewell lens hood, and we'll give it a little bit more, and we'll just go to town on this. Again, there's nothing on here that it could hurt either. This is all kind of metal and plastic, so you can't really damage anything, but make sure you get the outside and then also in these little grooves where your fingers go, and then give that a wipe down, and all the stuff comes out. Amazingly enough, I'm rushing here, but all this stuff comes out looking brand new. It's not sticky. There's no residue on it. This is the lens cap for the 28 millimeters. So we'll be doing that camera next, even though we're filming on that now. And there you go. It's just done. Now, same process with this is a Polar Pro, their Arctic circular polarizer. I like this one because it's not super strong, meaning I can leave this on the camera even at night, and it doesn't really reduce the light coming in as much. It does a little bit, but again, that's it. And this, we'll give it the light check here, and yep, perfect. So now that's the Q3. So then it's putting everything back together. The Deluxe 8 is the same principle, right? So we're going to take all our crap off of it. But the one thing that we need to worry about with the Deluxe 8, there's two things really. The biggest complaint that I see online about the Deluxe 8 is that people will complain about dust in the sensor, and there's no way to take the lens off. So you have to send it in to Leica to get that fixed if it happens. So it's a little bit more critical, in my opinion, that you want to at least try to keep this dust free if you can. Now, I don't have any here because I've been using this camera less, but the same general principle is going to apply. Unfortunately, you have to turn the camera on to clean it, but we will take our Whoosh and just dampen a rag here. And then what we'll do is we'll just gently go around here and just make sure that there's nothing around there. And then same general principle, right? Just wipe everything down. We'll turn this off. There's no need for the lens to be out anymore. And this one's really tiny and it's really simple to clean. And this gets all the grease and fingerprints and things like that off your camera. So that is it. And then what we'll do, same general principle with the Gyeon, because I did get Whoosh on the lens, I'm going to take the glass cleaner and we'll just clean that off very gently and then we'll wipe it off. Perfect. That now looks like a brand new camera. All right, and then you just put all this stuff back on. So that is my process that I go through to clean these things. And I think you get the point, right? Again, this isn't a complicated video. I would say, though, if you do have a removable lens camera, so this is, I have the Sony A7CR, this is the Sigma 85 millimeter lens. What you'll notice is these grooves here. And so with these grooves, again, you can get these lenses a little bit, I wouldn't say wet. You can get them moist. Again, with this brush here, you can brush out as long as you go with the grooves here and don't try not to get anything in the seams where these turn. But if you're just cleaning out your grooves with the very, very damp, this is very damp. It's not wet. And then you can take your rag and then you can wipe everything down from there. But these get sticky, whether it's the rubber or whatever. And I find that the cleaner here just takes all that stickiness off. And then now your lenses are clean. So same general process. Now, I did have an experience where I had some dust in one of the Sony lenses I was using. I think it was a 16 to 35 millimeter. And I took it to Mount Zion and I had something on the sensor or the lens. I couldn't find it whatsoever. I blew everything out. I tried to clean everything. Couldn't find it. So that's where these came in. Cleaning the sensor is not that hard. There's a ton of YouTube videos on that. I would highly encourage you to watch it. I was really scared to do it the first time. And then after seeing some more videos, the camera sensor actually is glass coated, or there's a coating on top of it. So you're not dealing with the sensor directly. There's a layer on top of there. Now, I'm not saying you can bear down on it and scrape it with a spatula, but don't be afraid to work out the smudge or the problem in there. Make sure it's wet, it's got fluid in here. Make sure this is wet. Again, same general principle, least effective or least aggressive, use a blower. And then most aggressive is go ahead and wipe the sensor down with these little cotton tools here with cleaning fluid. Again, you're not going to see any streaks on there. But the thing that I also learned is make sure to get in here as well. With those lens cleaning things, you can, again, use your blower and then use one of these and get it out that way, because the dust could be here instead of there. So that is my quick video on how I clean my camera lenses and camera stuff. Again, I will leave all this stuff below. This is more of one of those videos that is really but everybody's got their own method, I'm sure. This is the method I use. I really like using these products. I just find that they make everything quick and easy. And that's it. Thanks so much. Take care. We'll see you. Bye.